Hi everyone, welcome to Olern Insights, where we distill business strategies and problems into bite-sized learning. This is Jerry Ilao, the founder of Olern, and I'm with Attorney Lorybeth Baldrias-Serrano. Hi, Attorney.
Hello, Jerry.
Yes, so Attorney is the Chief Legal Consultant and also the founder of LBS Consulting. And in the previous videos, we've been talking about the Data Privacy Act, right? And in this video, we want to discuss how can an organization look at their breach readiness, right? What also happens when there is a breach of, what do you call it? Breach of information?
Personal data.
Breach of personal data. Yan. So, I think first and foremost, we need to define what is a breach.
Okay. The Data Privacy Act and also the implementing rules and regulations of the Act defines a data breach as a breach of security that leads to accidental or unlawful destruction, loss, alteration, or unauthorized disclosure or access to personal data. So, teka, pasimplihin ko ha. Medyo technical definition, but I want you and our viewers to remember three things. There's a requirement to protect the confidentiality, the integrity, and the availability of personal data.
Okay.
So, if there's an act, anything which breaches the confidentiality, availability, or integrity of personal data when it comes to the collection of the data, the use of the data, the destruction, the disclosure, the sharing of personal data, breach na yun.
Okay. Okay.
So yon. I would like to compare and contrast it with a security incident naman.
Okay, yes.
And I will later on tell you why it matters.
Sige.
So, pag security incident, may tendency lang to affect the data protection and to compromise the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Tendency pa lang. Tendency.
Okay.
Kapag
and then the other one is
confirmed,
actual
breach na. Bakit importante?
Okay.
Kasi yung actual breach, merong notification requirement under the Data Privacy Act, which is 72 hours from obtaining reasonable belief or confirming that a data breach has in fact occurred.
Okay.
Whereas the security incident need not be reported right away, but should be reported by means of the annual security incident report.
Okay. So pag may security incident, you're not required to report it?
Yes, right away.
Right away. Pero kapag may breach na, within 72 hours, you need to notify the person involved?
Yes, 72 hours from confirming.
Okay.
That the breach has occurred. So hindi naman yon within 72 hours from occurrence of the incident. Kasi maaaring hindi mo pa alam kung anong type of data is covered in the breach, or maaaring encrypted naman pala, so wala namang risk of harm sa data subject.
Yes. So yung confidentiality na mention mo kanina, yung breach, that can include like your website is hacked?
Yes.
And you have customer information.
That's right.
In the
that
website.
is divulged. Yun, kapag walang ginawa ang company, it can be tantamount to malicious disclosure.
Okay.
A breach per se is not penalizable. It's the concealment of a breach, which is a criminal act. So dapat kapag na-satisfy yung mandatory requirements or criteria for reporting of the breach, kailangan na-report na. Ang rule ni National Privacy Commission dyan is, when in doubt, report.
Okay, I see. Attorney, I want to ask this because we're one of our businesses is software, right? And we have personal information. At what extent can the organization do its part when it comes to data breaches, like preventing data breaches like hacking? Because as we all know, many big companies, big companies, they're being hacked because they say that you cannot really protect everything. I mean, when it comes to the internet, somebody can just hack it.
Yes, because the hackers are very smart and they always develop technologies, and they're sometimes one or two steps or several steps ahead of the rest of us.
Yes. So for smaller companies like us, how can we say that we've done enough to protect the data, but still the hack happened?
Well, there are 3 types of measures kasi that should ideally address your risks. So, una muna, dapat alam mo muna kung ano yung risk mo. Hence, there should be compliance with the second pillar of the National Privacy Commission, which is the performance of the privacy impact assessment. Para alam mo kung anong risk mo, kung ano yung gaps mo. And then from there, doon ka mag-identify kung ano yung organizational, technical, and physical security measures that you should have in place. Ideally, these measures should be compliant with ISO 27001 and 27002.
I see. So, mayroong mga ganon.
May mga ganon.
Okay.
Oo.
So, these are also the ways that organizations can prepare. How can they prepare and protect themselves from breaches?
Yes. Ang pinaka-importante when a breach happens is you should be calm. Hindi yung, kasi when you panic, baka mamaya nag-disclose ka na kaagad. And it's a reputational matter.
Yes.
Even I have seen this client of mine, former client of mine, they were so anxious. They wanted to report the breach right away, but it did not concern personal data pala. So, kung ganun, wala namang requirement to report the breach with the National Privacy Commission. Kahit na terabytes of data pa yung makuha ng persons from the dark web, di ba? So, in that light, how can a business, an entity, keep themselves calm? One is, dapat may breach management plan. You should have a plan in place at dapat isulat ninyo kung ano yung plan ninyo para you could have a ready reference whenever there's a breach.
So kung anong gagawin?
Kung ano yung gagawin, oo. You should have a breach readiness team. Ito mga best practices. A breach readiness team. So, whenever that team is in place, so identify na kayo kung sino yung mga frontliners ninyo. Ideally, from each function, merong frontliner for the breach response team. Kung merong tinatawag na business continuity plan, yung business
BCP,
ninyo, a breach should be one of the incidents as to when that BCP will be triggered. So, also, another way to be ready is to have breach drills.
Okay, so that's good that there are best practices out there that organizations, companies can implement. You mentioned a while ago about privacy impact assessment, right? What is it?
So a privacy impact assessment is a tool which is considered as part of rather it's the second pillar of the National Privacy Commission dun sa 5 pillars of compliance nila. So, pasimplihin na lang natin ha. So, it's an assessment for an entity to determine whether there are risks with respect to the privacy. Kaya nga siya, privacy impact assessment. So, titignan kung merong risk, may gaps, and based on the analysis, kailangan mag-suggest ng control measures.
I see.
So, yun. And that's actually the best way to prevent the breach.
Okay, so organizations should do this privacy impact assessment.
Yes. And I would even say that this is really a must. Kasi yung mga ibang organizations, they think na for as long as they have their privacy policies na kopya lang from somewhere, or the privacy notices na kopya from somewhere, a data sharing agreement or processing agreement in place, they're fine. Nakapag-register na with ng DPO with the National Privacy Commission, okay na. But privacy compliance is actually an operational journey, not just a legal journey. But those should go hand in hand with each other. Kasi from the operational compliance, once you know your risk, marami ka palang personal data collection points, marami ka palang points as to when you should actually have consent or notices in place. Marami ka palang vendors. Your contracts with your vendors do not have data privacy clauses. Wala kang vendor management in place. So, ayan, dapat nire-review din ng legal from there kung ano yung risks.
Net, maraming kailangan gawin.
Yes.
Yeah, but that is very important because na-mention mo nga na this is a very serious offense. Criminal offense, right? When it comes to data breaches. Tama ba? Criminal siya? O
Yes, unintentional disclosure of data, malicious disclosure
Malicious
of data, and also concealment of a
Concealment.
breach is criminal in nature kasi may kulong eh. So
Yeah.
criminal.
Yun. So, yan, dapat organizations should be prepared for
Yes.
this. And good thing is, we're conducting a seminar about Data Privacy Act. So, would you like to invite them?
Yes. Please, if you would like to know more about the Data Privacy Act and how your organization can comply and avoid all of these penalties and even reputational damage, we would like to invite you to the seminar of Olern.
Yes. We'd love to have you, and then we'll put the link below so you can check it out for more information. Ayan. Thank you so much, Attorney.
You're welcome.
If you have any questions, comments, just feel free to comment below. And if you like this video, please press the subscribe button and share it with your friends as well. Again, this is Jerry Ilao, the founder of Olern, saying that if learning is not your priority, don't expect change. See you in the next video.